Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tatiana. I'm a business coach and mentor for women wanting to start their own businesses. This vlog is going to be kind of cool because I'm bringing you all along with me today for my CEO day. So I typically have these about every other Friday. It looks different depending on what I have to do, what's going on, but my husband is off every other Friday, so it's a chance for me to kind of get out of the house. Usually I will be out of the house already because it's already lunchtime, so I'm getting ready to go grab myself some lunch first, and then I'm basically going to be taking myself to the library so that I can get some work done. But I wanted to share this mainly to get your mind working around how you can create your own CEO day, what that can look like for you. I'm getting my nails done a little bit later, so it's definitely a self-care slash let me work on the business type of situation versus in the business. So I'll talk a little bit more about it. I'm gathering up my stuff so I can get ready to go right now though. Out of there. The lunch was pretty good. The tacos it was like a grilled fish taco. The fish was just almost like too spicy, so it kind of took away from everything else because it had like the nice like coleslaw and all that stuff in there, but it just was almost like too much. So hopefully y'all can hear me. I have the air on because it is hot in here. I know I have this sweatshirt on. It's actually a cooler day today, but it's just hot because the car has been sitting in the sun. So I'm gonna open the window. Let's see. We get a little breeze in here. I wanted to just quickly talk to you all about this CEO day thing. I've mentioned it a couple of times. It's definitely not original to me. Like, it's something that I've seen other entrepreneurs do. And I think the biggest thing is the day is going to be whatever you want to make it. So for me, like I mentioned, I like to do it every other Friday. It doesn't always happen like that. And sometimes I stay at home, so I'm not always like out and about doing things. But I haven't been out and about doing things by myself since I've been back, really. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this one out. And so what I usually like to do, I'll go out, take myself out to eat. If I'm out, I'll go get myself some breakfast, whatever the time is. I usually like to do some kind of self-care, something for myself, because I'm really bad about just being like, oh, I'll just do that for myself. Like, oh, I'll just do my hair. Oh, I'll just do my nails. Oh, I'll just do my skincare, you know, and that's nice. And I think it definitely saves money, you know, when you could do it yourself. But I found that I was just like overdoing everything for myself and doing everything for everybody. Anybody ever heard that narrative before? And so I knew when I came back from my trip, I was like, you know what, I'm going to start prioritizing, setting a little bit of a budget aside for me to do some things for myself and to not feel bad about it and to just do it. And I always feel better. I feel more refreshed and it just makes me feel good about myself. So I think the first thing I would say, everyone's CEO day looks different. Again, this is just how I do mine. I like to do something for myself. So whatever that is for you, what makes you feel good? You know, what makes you feel like you are on your A game? It doesn't have to be getting nails done. It could be going to get a facial or going to get some kind of pampering or a massage. I think, even though I know everyone's not into that, I think sometimes it's just nice to just sit and let someone do something for you, whatever that might look like. So that's what I like to do. And the other part of it is I like to work on the business. So a lot of times I find myself working in the business, and that just basically means I'm doing like little administrative tasks, I'm doing graphics, I'm editing videos, you know, all of those things that I don't have time to really sit down and look at the bigger picture of what I'm trying to do. So it doesn't always work out this way where I only do this on CEO days, because sometimes it is what it is. I got to edit a video while I'm working too today. So I want to just allocate some of the time to where I sit down and I say, okay, here's what I'm trying to do. This is when I'm trying to do it by, and this is how I'm going to get there. And so that is really what I'm planning on doing when I go to the library. I want to sit down and do that. I like to do tasks that require me to have some quiet and some thought to myself. I like to do those when I'm out as much as possible. Editing a video, I can literally do that anywhere. That is not something where I really need to have quiet or be able to concentrate. So I can do that when I get home. You know, if Emery's up, Evan's talking, we got TV on, like I don't care about that. But when it comes to stuff where I really need to focus and I need to think about putting some dates to things, planning out tasks, feeling ClickUp with the projects. If you didn't see my video that I posted not too long ago about when you're feeling overwhelmed with your projects and everything, check that one out because it gives a lot of an insight to how my mind works when it comes to just planning out everything. But today I'm taking it a step further and I'm saying, okay, these are the big projects I really want to get done, and being realistic with the amount of time that I have left in the year. I have a speaking engagement that's coming up in October, but by the end of this month I have to have all of my talking points and my outline together. So that is a really big priority of mine that I want to finish basically within this next week. So that's going to be important for me. I really want to get a podcast started, so just working on a timeline, and I finally want to come up with a launch date for that. So I'm hoping to come up with that today, as well as I am rebranding in a way, more so the feel of my brand than the look, because the look's not really changing much. I am going to add some graphics and things that I didn't have before, but with that rebrand comes dates, you know, and like sitting down and figuring out everything. So it's definitely a transitional period for me right now, and I'm just so excited about everything I'm trying to do. So my hope is to sit down, put some dates to things, but I'm gonna give myself a cushion for everything because I tend to underestimate how big projects really are because I like to just get things done. So okay, I think it's working. I don't know what is going on with this phone, y'all. I need to update it too. But the last thing I was just gonna say before I head over to the library is, it's called a CEO day, but really just look at it as like, this is my day to do what I need to do for me, whether that is working on the business, in the business, self-care. You can really make it whatever you want it to be. The point is to have these days. It's something to look forward to. It's something to be intentional about. So you know, like if you haven't gotten to something, the past couple weeks have been crazy, you haven't had a chance to do something, you know what? Okay, I'll save it for the CEO day. So I think that's the biggest thing, and it helps when you have like a ton of ideas. There's so much you want to do. Have a place to bank it and put it, you know, whether it's a notebook, in a project management software, notes on your phone. Have somewhere to save your ideas so you don't forget them, and then bring them with you when you have a chance to finally sit down. It's uninterrupted, it's distraction free. You know, it's really a chance for you to focus on yourself and focus on your business, because you are the CEO of the business. It does not have to be this like booming, amazing, well, your business is amazing. It doesn't have to be this booming, like 6-figure, 7-figure business in order for you to feel like you can take on that role as CEO and prioritize yourself accordingly, okay? And work on the things. See the big vision for your company. Yes, your company, you know, see the big vision for it, even if it feels so small. So consider it, think about it. I'm going to keep going. I'll bring you all along with me, but I just wanted to share that because I know when I first heard the term CEO day a few years ago, I was like, CEO? Like I had never looked at myself like that. I'm like, oh, I'm a small business owner. But no, speak it into existence, because you're running something. You are in charge of it. You are the CEO. You are calling the shots. So it's your day, you know, do what you want to do with it. And yeah, I'm going to get to where I need to go, because I'll be sitting here talking and I look up, be like, oh shoot, I haven't even got any work done. So yeah, I think I'm going to head to the library. I like to just go to my library because there's Wi-Fi, it's quiet. There's usually somewhere for me to sit. Today is Friday, so there really shouldn't be too many people in there. So that's what I'm going to go do. And while I'm heading there, I think I might listen to a good podcast. I just saw Adrienne Houghton. First of all, she just had a baby, y'all. That's so beautiful. Like, I love her. But she has a podcast with Sarah Jakes Roberts. I think I'm going to listen to that on the way to the library. Okay, change of plans. I was definitely getting ready to go to the library, and then I realized I had forgot my water bottle, so I was getting ready to come back and get it. And then Evan just told me that him and Emery are going to the movies, so I was like, oh, well, if I'm about to be going back home, I could just work at home because I have the house to myself. I have the house to myself. So, yeah, like, why not? So, yeah, I'm going to head upstairs to the office and basically do everything I was telling you all. I'll kind of walk you through a little bit. I have about an hour and a half until my appointments. Really quickly, I want to show you all, this is my kind of quarterly calendar section where I like to plan things out. I've showed this in videos before. So my plan is to see, like, this is different now. Everything's different because I shared in a previous video recently that I decided to give myself a little time to just close the chapter of the stationary Muse and just slowly think about what I want to do next instead of trying to just dive right into something new, which I think was just my way of kind of being like, you know, like, I can't believe I'm ending my stationary business, you know, but I'm so excited for this new chapter. And I just want to make sure that I'm doing it the right way and not trying to do too much too fast, because that is kind of the road that I was heading down, and I was starting to get already feeling burnt out and I hadn't even done anything yet. Like, has that ever happened to you before where you already in your head, you're thinking about all of these things you have to do? You haven't even actually, y'all, where I wiped that off of the board. You haven't even done any of the stuff yet, but just the thinking of it already has you feeling burnt out and tired. Like, is that just me? So yeah, that feeling is enough for me to be like, okay, let's reel it on back. So the reason I'm showing that board is because I want to be able to write some stuff down on there this weekend after I get some planning done. I'm gonna go wash this off of my hand, and then I'm gonna sit down and get some planning together.
What if questions that would appeal to my audience.
Turn this off.
So think about.
So I'm listening to this lady. Her name is Michelle Villalobos on YouTube to get some tips for writing my speech, basically, for my talk in October. I have the points and everything for what I'm gonna say, but I just need to help with like structuring it all. So I like to watch a couple of videos, and then that gets me in the headspace. And then I also really want to make this good. Like, I want people to be really into it and from the beginning. So I'm getting some good tips and taking some notes. But I wanted to show you all what I've been working on because it's going to be time for me to leave soon. But I actually feel good about what I just did because I have come up with a official like content, like an official content. I've come up with an official content planning schedule. So I have kind of my days of what I do as far as work and things concerned and personal and stuff. But I needed to kind of revamp my content planning because for a while I was doing it with both businesses and I needed to kind of adjust some things. So it's going to change again because I'm going to be adding the podcast in once that comes on the scene. But for now, this is what it's looking like. So this is just to give you an idea if you're needing some help on how to set up your content calendar. So mine's is just set up right in ClickUp. I have it in my marketing folder right under my, well, it's in my marketing space and it's in a social media folder. And then I have my posting schedule, which I'll show you in a second. So this is the calendar part of it, and it shows you what I have coming up. So I have my videos scheduled as well as what is going to be happening on Instagram, some Instagram stories versus just regular Instagram post or a reel or something like that. and then my email list, because I'm trying my best to send out an email every Wednesday. It does not always happen because of life, but that's the goal, and I'm trying to get just really good with it as far as that's concerned. Now, what's nice about this is I have it set up to where when I click in here, for example, with the email, I have a link to my folder, and this folder takes me to all of my emails. So when I'm writing them out, it takes me right there. So that's kind of nice and convenient. And then I'm going to be planning out what the topics for the emails are going to be, because this is a recurring weekly thing. So that way it's just always going to be there no matter what. And then for here with my different videos, just so you all can see, I have it set up in here where there's a couple of different, what is this called? Statuses. So it could be an idea phase, drafted, scheduled, and posted. As I move through, I always forget to put it in posted when it's done because I'll be ready to move on. But that's the different things that my content works through. And then I also can say what platform, because I have that selected as well, what platform I'm on. So whether it's email, Instagram, Facebook, when I get back into my Facebook group soon, YouTube, and just different things like that. So I am going to have a second Instagram. So that's what this Instagram company means. And then Pinterest, when I finally dedicate some time to Pinterest, because it needs some attention. So there's how that part is set up. Now the posting schedule, as you can see, I created this in a doc within this folder, which is nice. So when you click on here to add a folder, or just add anything for that matter, you can create a document, you can create a form, there's whiteboard, you can create another folder, and you can create a list. So there's lots of different options. And then within there, you have even more options, but this particular thing is a document. So this is the document, it's my posting schedule. And what I have is not only what I'm doing for every single day. So Mondays tend to be a little bit more chill. So I like to do writing, designing, editing videos and things on Monday. And then I have my filming day. I always usually will go live on Tuesday. So I already have makeup on a lot of the times, not always, but when I do, or even if I'm not going live, this is my day to film and batch record if I'm creating any original content for Instagram Reels, for example. When I'm doing my sit down videos and things, that's typically what happens on that Tuesday. And then Wednesday, kind of the same thing, because I always have something to edit. There's always something to write as well. I'm going to try to get in the habit of writing the email for Wednesday on here, and maybe even getting ahead of the game, writing a couple in a row on those Mondays. And then Thursday, I don't really have like a theme for that one as of right now, but this is kind of how it's set up. So I have 2 videos I post a week. Sometimes I'll have a bonus video. Sometimes I'll have, this thing completely didn't move me out here. Sometimes I'll have a bonus video on Saturdays. That happens once or twice out of the month. And then I have just some different stuff that I've planned out for like what will happen on Instagram, what will happen on my Instagram story. I am going to try to get back into my blog, and then my email that's going to be going out, and eventually podcast will be in here. I'm still trying to figure out where the podcast fits into this mix. I think I know exactly what day I'm going to do it on, but I'm not 100% yet, so I'll wait on that. But yeah, that really helps me, because sometimes I'll just be planning stuff and then I'm like, okay, where does this kind of fit in? So it allows me to see like, okay, for example, I have, Mondays. Okay, that's like a more motivational post day on Instagram, for example. I want to also share that on my YouTube community tab. What motivational thing do I want to say this week? And if it can relate to what I'm talking about in my videos, even better. And then if it can also relate to my Wednesday email, even better. And then if it can relate to a reel, like it can all kind of go together, and you can do that. And they call it a lot of different names, but if you have like a hero topic or hero content, like the main theme for the week, and then everything else is kind of a trickle effect that follows it. So if you are, I don't know, let's say if you are talking about, dang y'all, what is an example? Let's use a stationery business. Let's say you are going to be coming out with a brand new monthly planner, for example. So maybe for that week or for the next couple weeks, whatever, you're going to be talking about monthly planning, what that looks like, the routines around it, why it's important, different ways you can do it, how you can utilize it, color coding. Like, going to talk about all these different things. So your hero topic is monthly planning. You know, I'm going to be coming out with a monthly planner, and then you trickle it down and you say like, okay, you know what? This live, I'm going to go live and I'm going to talk about how to utilize color coding to help you with your monthly planning. Okay, then I'm going to do another video and I'm going to talk about, and then I'm going to do an Instagram reel and I'm going to show myself sitting down, drinking my coffee, working on my monthly plan because the month is ending, stuff like that. So it helps when you kind of know what your theme is first and then get started. So like, I'm going to be doing a mini series on this channel soon that's going to be all about email list building. So I'm working on that and what all will make sense to go along with that content. So hopefully that makes sense. This was definitely good for me to sit down and see. On another note, I'm just trying to plan out my topic for what I'm going to be speaking about. And then I shared this in the past video, little document that I created. So I'm getting ready to put this into ClickUp now, so I don't have to keep looking back at this document and putting some dates on here. So basically, as you can see, the yellow stuff that I highlighted, that is what is going to be priority right now. And then everything else will kind of come after that. But I want to put dates to stuff. So I'm hoping, I don't have a ton of time, but I'm going to try to put some dates to things and get this into ClickUp. So then that way I can start assigning dates, subtasks and stuff, so I can start getting this done. So this is just another way that I do brain dump sometimes. Sometimes I write it out. Sometimes I type it up kind of a little bit neater like this, and then I can just copy and paste things over into ClickUp. And where I'm going to actually do this at, just if you're curious, there's a couple ways you can do it, but what I'm going to do for this particular one is come into, let me see here. Well, actually, no, it's going to be all over the place because some stuff goes in programs. So for example, I have stuff for my different programs that I have. Different ones that I do, like I have my Handmade Planner Masterclass and stuff. So there's different things happening, honestly, as you can see. So it's just going to go in different spots that make the most sense. But I had to set this up in a way that made sense, as if it's like a whole organization. There's different departments, and it has allowed me to keep my stuff together. All right, so this is the before. I actually did my own nails. They're looking crazy. So we'll see the after. Here's the final result. I feel like I was in there forever. Like, I was starting to get tired, but I'm on this kick right now where I'm really into acrylic nails. So I'm just trying out different, or not acrylic, geez. This is a gel manicure, but what am I trying to say? French tip nails with different designs on them. So I don't know, that's just my thing. I'm gonna try to see how many I can do. But I feel like he did okay. I'm not gonna lie. He was like, oh, do you like it? And I'm like, it's okay. Like, I was just honest. So I don't know. I would have to insert a picture of what I was trying to get versus what I got. It's not horrible. It wasn't bad enough to where I was like, can you redo it? But, you know, it'll do. I love it. I still feel pretty and cute and all of that. So now I'm gonna head home. And honestly, that pretty much concludes my CEO day. I came and did what I needed to do, and now I need to get home to my family, eat some dinner. It looks like it's getting ready to rain or something out here, so I don't know. Our neighbor was supposed to be having something at his house outside. I don't know if it's happening because it's looking a little rough out here right now. So I don't know. I mean, what do y'all think of my nails? Let me know. Be honest. I feel like you saw the picture now because I inserted it, so it's like it needed to be a little thinner, I think. Something. I don't know why it's not focusing on my hand. It needed to be a little thinner. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and head on to the house. Thank you so much for watching my vlog. Let me know down below, how are you planning to implement a CEO day into your life? What is one thing you can start doing this week to start moving towards making it? Even if it's not a CEO day, it could be a CEO half day, CEO hour, whatever it is. What are you going to start doing to change up what you're doing now, to start focusing on you and your business a bit more? I would love to hear about it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.